Welcome back everyone to more of our custom career mode and VR gameplay. And we're coming off a race at Iowa that could only be described as brutal. I think that's the word I kept using during the race to describe just how tight that race truck was. I just could not feel the front end, could not get that thing to turn. And we've seen this before. I like to use the iRacing setups and make maybe one or two tweaks to it and then go racing rather than creating my own setups. And generally that works pretty good. I mean, after all, look at these finishes. We've been able to match up the AI difficulty and the setup pretty well for this season. We have done a fantastic job. I mean, our average finish is amazing. However, every once in a while we'll have a track where the setup, the track, and my driving style just do not mesh well together, and Iowa was one of those. Now, what really gives me reason to pause is that we're headed to Richmond today. And Richmond is very similar to Iowa, so I'm going to need to make some changes. I got to try to see if I can get that front end to work through a little bit maybe of extra practice. So that's what I'm hoping for. But let's go ahead, before we head into Richmond, let's finish up our numbers for Iowa. Now, qualifying started in 15th position, of course. And then incidents, I mean, we did have a little contact here and there. Of course, the wall sucks me in at Iowa. But we're not going to worry about the incident count here because we really didn't have any major contact. And we're going to be leaving this spreadsheet pretty soon, so then the number value isn't going to matter for the repair cost. Now, the finish was rough. 15th, and it felt worse than that. I mean, it felt like we were crawling around that racetrack. So now that we've got Iowa out of the way, let's turn our attention to Richmond. Now, Richmond is another track that I absolutely love. One of my favorite tracks on the circuit. Generally, there's a lot of room to run at Richmond, several grooves that you can do, especially if you run there during the day, because it gets hot and slick. Now, nighttime, a little bit of a different story, but in the game, I think we're probably going to have to be right around the bottom. We might be able to move around a little bit, but that's probably only going to be for traffic purposes. But Richmond, a great track. We're going to try to use the same AI skill spread, 70 to 90, that we did at Iowa, but this time we're looking for a much better result. Welcome everyone to Richmond.
Follow car number 91.
All right, we'll do just that. 50 laps here at Richmond against an AI skill spread of 70 to 90. Now, I did try to make a few adjustments to the iRacing setup here at Richmond, but unfortunately, I don't know how much headway I made. What I may have done is instead of getting the front end to turn better, I may have just simply unhooked the back end. That's kind of what it felt like in practice, but overall, it felt better than what I had by default, so we're going to go with it. So we're going to see. 70 to 90 skill spread, it's worked great at a lot of tracks, but sometimes it leaves us wanting for a little bit more. That's what we found at Iowa, where things just didn't match up. I'm hoping for better here, but we're going to have to see exactly how this turns out. So as we get ready to take the one to go, starting in the 15th position, 50 laps. So once again, a shorter race here, no pit stop, at least not a necessary pit stop for fuel. We'll see how things turn out as far as strategy during the race, but I'm not sure what to expect right now, except that I know the first 3 to 5 laps are going to be on edge. This thing is going to be very uneasy, very loose and skittish for the first few laps. So we're going to try to survive the first 3 to 5 laps or so, and then just see what we got for these guys. Either way, this is a great racetrack, and we're going to have a lot of fun, whether we're running good or not.
Car's leaving.
All right, looking for that Geico restart zone. There it is. Now waiting for the flagman. Flagman says it's time to go.
Outside.
Unfortunately, not everybody got that memo.
Stay on the bottom. Stay on the bottom.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Basically just trying not to turn the steering wheel right now in the corner.
Keep to the bottom.
All right, just trying to survive here
Still there.
for a few laps. and hoping to stay somewhere right around where we qualified.
Stay on the bottom.
See, the 91 was going to give us some room, then he shut the door on us.
The leader has just done a 22.2, 14th.
You're on the bottom, 3 wide.
Ooh, bottom 3
Outside.
wide. All right,
Go there.
just where we wanted to be.
Stay low. Keep low. 3 wide, you're on the bottom. Got one outside.
Again,
Still there.
just
Stay
trying
on
to
the
survive
bottom.
here. Not looking for 3 wide for sure. But I'd almost be surprised if we
12.
didn't
That
have
time was 22.9.
3 wide here. Oh, that was straight into the corner there. No rotation there.
Outside. Clear outside.
That is not a good sign.
Outside.
So you can see I am not pressing the issue. I'm not
Still
driving
there.
it in hard. Just trying to
Stay
give a
low.
chance for these tires to warm up and hopefully come around and give us some grip.
Still there.
Oof, that is
on
really
the bottom.
skittish on exit of turn 2.
Clear to the top.
But that's what I was expecting, so we're just going to try to deal with this for right now. This also seems like a track where we could definitely
V11.
Inside. Clear.
where we could definitely shift in the corners. We'll see how that goes over the course of the run.
Outside. Stay low.
Just trying to take care of the tires right now. I don't want to abuse them this early
Stay
because
on the
50
bottom.
laps can be a long time here
Top 10.
if we have ruined our tires.
Stay on the bottom.
So I really don't want that to happen.
Clear.
All right, truck's starting to come around a little bit, particularly on the exit. We'll see
10th position.
how it works out. But, oh, did he say 10th
Got one
position?
outside.
Okay, that's working out pretty good.
Keep low. Clear. Outside.
So we're going to try to be slow and methodical,
All right,
working our
Brian,
way to
your
the
water
front,
storage
however
looks
far we
quite
can
high.
get anyway.
Clear to the top.
Yeah, back end steel, not in the track. It's definitely
V9.
the tail wagging the dog right now on exit. That is for sure. But we can deal with that. The real question is, do we have anything on entry? And right now it's tight. I'll have to say it's tight. Oh, we got somebody off the pace there. Looked like the 88 of Crafton. But no yellow. Alright, so how is the truck handling compared to Iowa so far? It's better, but it's still very early. I mean, we saw at Iowa, we made up some spots early on in the run, but then we lost it all, and it was rough for the last half of the race or more. So I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but it does feel better at this point in time. So we'll hope that continues on, and we'll hope that we can continue with these guys. I would love to get a top 10. Of course, we're hoping for more. We've had some really great finishes this season, but if we can come home inside the top 10, I will consider that to be a great race for us. But I'm just trying to be really cognizant of the entry of the corner and not overdriving it. Is he just going to drive down there the whole race?
That car is not a
The
lead lap
88
car.
is... I can't say I've seen that out of the AI before.
V9.
I'm not used to the AI driving down there all the time. Usually if they're going to do that, it's because they're coming into the pits. And then they'll get into the pits, make whatever changes they make,
Keep low.
and then they're back out on the track.
Car ahead is Self.
Still there.
All right, the car beside us is Self.
Keep
Really
low.
don't want to be side by side with him for a long time. That'll just eat up the tires.
Stop.
All right, so we're able to dispose of him after not a whole lot of time. I do notice that Ty Majeski is coming
Eighth
right
place.
with us. So as we try to make our way through the field and make some passes, Majeski is with us. So he's not going anywhere. Because what I'm looking for right now is to see if we're pulling away from the guys behind us as well as catching the guys in front of us. And sure enough, look at that. There's the 88 up there.
Go high.
Ooh, I didn't know where he was going. Still not sure what he's doing down there, but hey, he's doing his own thing. As long as he's not causing any trouble, then hey, I'm just going to chalk it up to the AI doing their own thing, and we'll keep running our race and let him run his.
Outside. Clear.
I mean, we're getting some pretty good runs off the corner. The front end, I guess I'm just, at this point, just going to have to admit that without huge changes, I'm not going to get this front end to do a whole lot different than what the setup is giving me by default. And that's okay. All right, Majeski, you were there for a second, then you decided to back out. Now you're back.
Stay high.
Oof. That's what I get for trying to give him room, since he can't figure out what he wants to do.
Inside. Clear to the bottom.
Oh, that's just, wow. That was just shoving the nose the entire time.
Go far down low. Inside.
All right, there's no room on the inside down there.
Stay high.
Whoever that is.
Clear inside.
There was no room down there.
The gap in front has increased to 0.9.
Yeah, this thing, yep, we're back to shoving the nose now. And that was a quick turnaround, too. Now, it's entirely possible that we simply knocked the toe out when we got into the wall coming off of turn 2. Well, I think we can safely say that we are no threat. Oh, finally, Crafton's coming in. That we are no threat for a top 5 today. I think we can safely agree that that is the case.
Got one outside. Still there. Still there.
P10.
All right, Crafton. I'm gonna need you to give me some room down
Stay on the
here.
bottom.
He said he was coming in.
Keep to the bottom.
Because part of what I think could be happening is on corner entry, I'm not using a lot of
Stay
brake,
low.
but I feel like what might be happening is that the splitter could be getting down on the ground. And of course, there's nothing good happens from that.
Got one outside.
That's an easy way to get the truck to go straight instead of turning. So I'm trying to stay off the brake as much as I can. But right now, this is giving me a lot of visions of Iowa. Yeah, I mean, that's right there, just straight into the corner. Cannot keep it on the bottom.
Clear to the bottom.
And by no means was I really hustling the entry.
The gap in front is increasing. It's now 0.9.
Now I think he's just rubbing it in. Our crew chief's having some fun with us. He's back to his old ways.
Stay high.
But yeah, it's, on entry,
Clear.
under braking, the thing just goes straight. So I'm really starting to think that the splitter is on the ground.
Got one inside.
P11.
And that if I want this thing to turn, I'm going to have to stay off the brake.
Okay, we're halfway to the finish.
Which is
Okay,
definitely
Brian, the next
not
car is Osava. Halfway home.
an easy
Fuel's
way to
good.
run a short track by not using the brakes on entry, but it's kind of where we are right now. So my little science
That lap was
experiment,
a
taking a few
24.0.
minutes and trying to get the front end to feel better, didn't work. Maybe a little, but it certainly did not give me what I was looking for. So as we head into Nashville next time, I'll be looking for more of the same. We'll start up the science experiment again, and I'll see what we can get. Maybe it's as simple as just trying to, oh, that is so awful. There's nothing worse than as a driver asking the car to do something that you believe it should be able to do and it just won't do. And Matt Crafton, poor guy. Now you want to talk about a guy's having a rough race. This guy is running pace laps around the inside, and that is just no fun at all. So apparently he's just going to do that for about 50 laps. But yeah, mostly what we've got right now is that rather than hooking up the front end, we've just unhooked the back. The good news is unhooking the back isn't the worst thing right now. That's not what's killing us. We're still the front end not turning.
The gap to most of our ahead is increasing. It's now 2.8. Clear. Your engine temperatures are okay. All clear on engine temperatures.
But this kind of feels like what the teams deal with when they don't have very much practice, if any, going into a race. I mean, if you're still trying to learn some things, trying to figure out some things with the setup, and just like what we've had the last couple of races, and if it's just not working, then you don't have a whole lot of time to try to fix it. You can just sort of throw some things at it, give it your best shot, and if it doesn't work, well, back to the drawing board. That's kind of where we are. So right now I'm hoping that the Cup car and the iRacing provided setups are going to be much better. Now keep in mind, as we move into the Cup cars, we're not dealing with the new Cup car that they're running right now because that doesn't have AI support.
That was 24.2.
So we're going to be dealing with the 2021 car and of course before that. So that's the generation of car we're going to be dealing with. Now, will that change during the course of the series? I have no idea. When or if we can expect that that's going to change. But what I do know is that we're not going to start off in the new next-gen car. Yeah, right now I'm just hoping that we get some feel out of the front end in that thing. Because right now I'm having to come to a stop, it feels like, in the middle of a corner.
Got one inside.
That's good consistency. Keep it up.
Stay right there.
Alright, I see you down there, Edgar, so I'm going to try to give you a little bit of lead.
Most
Not
of
too
our
much,
ahead is
because
increasing. It's now 5.2.
that did not work out for me so well last time I tried to give an AI truck plenty of room.
Keep high.
Gotta be careful of that outside wall, much like Iowa. It will want to suck me in.
Still there.
And we don't need to lose. Oh no, we're gonna go 3 wide here.
Hold your line.
Well, you want to know how much better the AI are right now?
Hold your
We're in the
line.
middle of 3 wide.
Still there.
And yeah, you can see corner entry. I'm cranking that steering wheel.
The
It's
driver in
doing
front of us
nothing.
is
There's the
Krause.
bottom. Still there.
Extremely frustrating.
Clear.
P15.
Got one outside. Stay on the bottom. Keep low. Clear to the top. Got one outside. Clear.
All right, so we got about, what, 13 laps to go, 12 laps to go, something like that? I mean, we're hanging in there, but this is just not going better as we needed it to do. But now we're starting to get, not only is the rear of the car not hooked up, but we're tight in, loose off, and that is a nasty combination.
Inside.
And that's kind of the way that this truck, the iRacing provided setups feel. Oh, hello. I'm not sure what happened there, but I know we had contact, but it didn't feel like it was that bad.
Keep it on top.
Either way. Oh, hello.
Stay right
yeah,
there.
okay.
Clear to the bottom.
I'm not giving these guys any more room. I'm sort of done with that.
P19.
Inside. Keep high. Clear to the
I mean,
bottom.
oh,
Got one
yeah, this
inside.
thing is just...
Clear inside.
This is dead. We can't get out of these tracks soon enough. As much as I love them, they are not loving me
Got
right
one
now.
inside. Keep
And
high.
the leader is right behind us. And I think he's 3 wide right now.
That was 24.8.
Got one
I'm
outside.
probably going to try to go 3 wide. Yep, he's there.
Hold your line.
I'm going to try to give him some
Okay,
room.
Brian.
Last thing I
you
want to
need
do
pass
is wreck the
Alan
leader.
to get the lucky dog position.
Clear. Inside.
The next car is Alan.
Clear to the bottom. Got one
Yeah, I never
inside.
would have dreamed that we would have been this far
Still
off
there.
with these
P20.
setups over the long run. I guess,
Stay right there. Clear inside. Got one inside.
but I guess here we
Clear to the
are.
bottom. Inside.
So we're going to fight it out as best we can.
Keep high.
But you can see where we're headed. You can see where we're running on the track in the
Clear
bottom
inside.
right-hand corner. And you can see where we're headed because these guys can't get by us fast enough. We are a moving chicane on the track right now. Even at this speed, look at that. Cannot keep it on the bottom. It will not stick. There is zero turn in this front end. And that is very disappointing.
Got one outside.
Because for me, if I cannot get the truck into the corner, then I cannot get it into the center, and then the exit is just going to be messed up as well. There's
Got
no
one
way.
inside,
Once you
outside.
get the entry off,
Keep low.
once you get the entry off, everything else
Clear.
is just doomed to failure.
Come on, Brian. Push, push, push. We can get this guy.
Yeah, push, push, push just ain't going to
Got
happen.
one inside.
I mean, I'm push, push, pushing right
Three
now.
wide,
I'm
good
happy.
meet, Clear. Still there. You're in the middle. 3 wide.
Oh, easy, easy,
Hold
easy.
your line. Clear
3
inside.
wide.
Still there. Clear
Yeah,
outside.
this is what it's like to
Right
try to
front
stay
tires
out of the
going
way as best I can. But yeah, these at this point, this is kind of where I was last race as well. But at a certain point, it's going so badly that
Inside.
you're starting to think something's broke in
Stay
the
right
front
there.
end. That's how badly it's off.
Clear.
That and the fact that Haley Deegan is about to pass us, that's how you know something is in seriously
Left to
bad
go.
shape.
Two laps remaining. Your lap time was 24.6.
Oh, you can hear it in his voice now. He's done with us.
Got one inside.
He's ready to get out of here too.
3 wide. Inside. Still there. Stay right there. Stay right there. White flag. 1 more lap to go. Clear to the bottom. Still there. Keep high.
P22. White flag. Last lap.
Got one
Oh,
inside.
he got really excited there.
Keep high. 3 wide. You're the meat.
Maybe he realized, oh, don't
Hold
do
your
that.
line.
3 wide.
Clear. Still there.
Woo.
Stay right there. Still there.
I would
Clear.
love to think I
Inside.
could fight off some of these guys, but that's how little control
Keep high.
and speed we have right now. There's just no way. I would love to.
P23. There's the
That's
checkered
the
flag.
checkered flag.
Woo. Okay.
We'll get them next time.
I wish that's what I thought last time, is we're going to get them next time. What I should do is just park this truck on the side here and leave it, because this just ain't working. We're going to have to get some new ideas in the garage. But what really has me conflicted is, where are we going for our next race? Well,
Pit lane
it's our
speed limit
truck
is
series
40 miles per hour.
finale. At least full-time truck series racing. It's our finale at Nashville, and I so desperately want to be good at Nashville. Okay, this is why I usually stay off the pit lane with you
The race
guys.
is over.
I'm not sure what you guys are. In fact, I don't even care about where we're pitted right now. I'm just staying out of the way. Never mind. There's the 75. Yep, there he goes. Oh boy. Okay, we're just gonna get out of here. We can't even get the pace lap, the cool down lap, to go well for us. So, to summarize, this wasn't a whole lot better than what we had at Iowa. In fact, it ended up worse than Iowa. So our little science experiment didn't work. We'll go back to the drawing board, and we'll hope that we can come with something so much better for the finale at Nashville.